All right, today I want to talk to you guys about how to set expectations with your real estate agent. So being in real estate, there's no doubt that having a real estate agent is extremely crucial. It's necessary, to be buying properties off the MLS, listing them on the MLS. That's a big part of our business. So in the past week, I had a couple things happen. One, I parted ways with my real estate agent that was definitely an A player and brought a lot of value to my business. But it happened for a couple reasons. One, the biggest reason is I set some expectations that I needed to have in order to know what they're doing to provide value as being my real estate agent. So one thing I mentioned to them is I said, in order to list my properties from here on out, I need to know a few things. I need to know how you're going to raise awareness. I need to know how you're going to market the property, and I need to know what kind of open house and showing schedule you're going to have in place in order to sell it. Because here's the problem: is that when we're selling, dozens of properties a year on the MLS, that's a lot of money going out the door to pay for a real estate agent. So I wanted to make sure that if I'm paying for that I'm also getting the value in return, and I thought it was totally fair for me to ask, how are you going to, what's your plan to sell this property? So most real estate agents will simply, and this is from experience, for myself, my business, as well as a bunch of investors I know that complain about the same thing. But most real estate agents will put your property on the market and they let it sit there, and then some other buyer's agent comes along and sells the property to their buyer. Well, doing some paperwork and putting a property on the MLS is not $10,000, $20,000 worth of value. All right, it's just not. So I want to know, how are you going to be working to sell this house? What are you going to have in place to make this work? So that's kind of my recommendation to you, is if you're working with a real estate agent, you need to set those expectations in place to know what's going to happen and how they're going to sell the property. Throwing it on the MLS is not an option. I mean, that's what they have to do, but that shouldn't be their only strategy. That's not enough value to provide in order to get paid what they're making. So I just want to make sure that they're working hard and working hard for basically the pay. All right. So consider that when you're talking to a real estate agent, whether now or as you're going out trying to recruit some new ones, that you're setting those expectations in place of how they're going to raise awareness, how they're going to market, and how they're going to be showing the property. If they can deliver a plan of how they're going to do that for you, then you probably have a great real estate agent, and you know how to handle it if, let's say, things aren't happening, if the property's not getting sold. But if they're not willing to provide you any kind of plan like mine wasn't, then you have to part ways and find somebody that's willing to say, here's what I'm willing to do, here's what I think it will sell for, here's how quickly I think it will sell for, and if it doesn't sell, here's the next step. All right, if they can provide that, then you're golden, and you have expectations in place in order to go from there. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to share it and comment, and we will see you on the next video.